Hello, it's Christina here, and things are getting crazy with all this stay-at-home stuff. So this is called the Outdoor Wing It yoga class. I have not attempted to do this yoga class up here on this deck, but we're going to see how it works, and we'll just play along, have some fun. All right, so all levels, anything, you can take a class. Just be careful and mindful of your own bodies to see what's happening with them. You can make adjustments as needed. Make sure you have a block, maybe a towel or something for your knees if you need to. And we're going to get started by just kind of coming over to our mats. We're going to feel our feet on the ground. And just kind of relax into this for a moment. Feel the earth under your feet. Feel the air all around you. Feel you in between. Breath coming and going with ease. With each breath you take, allow just light to come into your being and fill it all up. Fill all the nooks and crannies. Maybe there's some areas in your body that you haven't really paid much attention to. Maybe you're on your computer a lot and you're not really paying attention to your feet or your legs. So put some energy and light in there. Set your intention for today. Maybe it's just to have fun with me, or maybe it's just to relax, or maybe you have some other things that need work on your body. Whatever they are, we'll just set that intention and let it go, knowing it will manifest and take care of itself when it's time to do that. So let's reach our arms up in the air and then bring our arms back down. Inhale, arms stretch up. Exhale, release and let go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release and let go. This is our standing sun breath. Notice when you inhale and you stretch your arms up, your ribs lift up too, allowing more breath to come into your body, encouraging exhaling when their arms come down, the air to press out. Inhale your arms all the way up so your palms face one another. Just kind of feel the space between your hands as you breathe in and out. And then bring your hands together and into your heart space and connecting there. So it's springtime, so let's feel our bodies as if we're like little seedling plantings getting ready to shoot up. So we're first just going to feel our feet on the ground. We're going to leave our heels down and lift the toes up. And then we're going to curl the toes under. And we'll bend at the knees. Let's get our hands on our hips and just feel those hips moving side to side. Let's do some hip circles. Wake up those hips, all the edges, all the way around. And then we'll go the other way. Good. Bring your feet in a little closer and we'll do side slides, one side and then the other. Stretching out like taffy. Feels good. Stretch your arms up overhead and alternately reach and stretch. Grab a hold of a wrist, give it a pull. And then the other wrist, give it a pull. And bring one elbow back. And then the other, and then both. Let your arms reach out to either side, reach, 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 maybe even press back. And then palms up, wiggle your fingers. Do some wrist circles, some elbow bends. Hands come into your shoulders and do some shoulder circles. So the elbows go up, back, down and around. Inhale up, back, down and around. Inhale, up, back, exhale, down and around. All right, into that head and neck. We're gonna just take 1 or 2 fingers and press our chins back, and this will kind of get our head sitting back on top of our shoulders instead of in front. And then while it's there, let's turn our heads to one side and then come back to center, and then to the other side. Come back to center. Turn to the left, look over the left shoulder as you breathe in and out. And then look over the right shoulder as you breathe in and out. And bring it back. And let's let the right ear drop over to the right side, and you could just hang out there, or you could add the right arm. Left arm could reach down or even sweep behind your back. Feel that nice opening stretch in the shoulder and the neck. And then inhale up, let your left ear come to the left side. Maybe bring the left arm up, the right arm down or behind your back. We'll bring it back, press the chin back, and slowly bring the chin down towards the chest, feeling the back of your neck stretching. Just do a little windshield wiper side to side. Come back to center, and then we'll look up and maybe open and close your mouth. Move your jaw around, even taking a yawn if you'd like. And what that does is it allows the ears to open, the inner ears, and the connection between the jaw, the TMJ, and down into the neck and shoulders. So there's a lot of things working together in those areas, and just even opening and closing your mouth and yawning is a good way to release some of that tension that may be holding there. So it's mountain pose now, Tadasana. We're going to rock forward and back with the feet, outside and insides, and have our feet about hips width apart. Really getting a good contact with your feet to the ground. So you want to feel the feet, feel the toes, feel like 4 points, big toe, little toe, front and back. And then our pelvis, we want to allow the tailbone to kind of drop down. We don't want to have like a duck butt in our body in front of our hips. We want to let the tail drop. Then we want to lift up in the rib cage. So essentially we're kind of stretching out the torso front to back to allow lots more room to be in there, so we don't can get all crunching up in there. Is that even a word? I don't know, but stretch your arms up and then roll your shoulders back and down. Head is neutral as you breathe in and out for mountain. Be aware of your ankles. If you find that they kind of roll in, just kind of pull them out. We don't want to have the knees start to fall in as well. Go and stretch it down. We're going to bring the feet closer together now and side slide again. Okay, then we'll stretch the arms all the way up, interlace the fingers, make a steeple, and bend side to side. And just stretch out. Come back to center, let your shoulders drop down, and put your weight into your left foot and your left hip as you bend over to the right for Halfmoon. Now as you bend over to the right, see if you can just kind of let that left shoulder bank back a little bit. Your right arm is helping to pull the left arm, and you know, if this hurts your shoulders, you can bend the elbows, but just try to let that just length happen from the left hand all the way down to the left toes. Keep breathing. All right, come on up. Step left and right, sink into the right foot and the right hip as you bend over to the left and just pull the right shoulder back slightly. Breathing in and out. Come on up and arms down. All right, let's come over to the left side of the mat, and we're going to reach the right hand around to the left wrist and pull that left wrist down as we bring our right ear over to the right side. And that'll just open up the left shoulder a little bit. And then come up, left hand to the right wrist, pull down left ear to the left side. And come back up. Let's inhale our arms out and step out now. Turn the right foot to the right and turn the left foot slightly to the right. Triangle pose. We're going to take the right leg, keep the right leg straight unless you need a baby bend. Reach to the right, and now our left arm can either come to the hip or behind the back. And then the right hand can come down, either palm up or down, just not directly on the knee. And you don't have to touch the ground. You could even put your hand on a block. As you take that left hand, see if you can press into your back to get your left shoulder to open up. That way your shoulders will be stacked on one another. Maybe the left arm can reach up. You can just see that you're trying to open up that space in the front, maybe even looking up at the left hand. And then inhale up, take the left arm to the left leg, turn the right palm up and stretch up and back. Ease out of that. We're going to turn our feet the other way. So now the left foot is in line with the mat and the right foot turns slightly to the left. Stretch your arms out and over to the left. Left arm can come down, right hand to your hips or behind your back, and press in to try to get that right shoulder back. We're kind of doing a twist here for triangle. The hand can remain down, or you can reach the arm up. You can keep looking straight or turn your head up if your neck allows for it. Keep breathing. And we're going to inhale up, bring the right hand down and turn the left palm up and then back. And ease out of that. We're going to turn our feet straight ahead or slightly turn inward for the safety of our knees. If you have a block, you can put it in the center, but not necessary. You can use one or not use one. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to lengthen up and press the hips back just like you're opening dresser drawers, just straight back, and then the hands can come down, either flat hands, fingertips, or fists. Try to keep your back straight here, just so you can feel what's happening in your hips. And let's right lunge, right leg bends, left leg goes into the right side. Come up, left leg bends, lunge to the left. Come back to center. Now put the left hand in the middle and slowly reach your right arm up, or even put it behind your back. A little twist. And then we'll put the right hand down and lift the left arm up. Or put the hand behind the back. Bring it back and bring hands to opposite elbows. Let your head, neck, and shoulders drop down if that works for you today. Walk both hands over to the right leg. And then to the left. One hand to either side. Hands come to center. Start to heel toe your feet in until your feet are about hips width apart. Shift your weight into your heels, maybe even put a little bend in the knees. Let your tailbone drop down as you slowly roll up your spine. Okay. Move around a little bit with your ankles. Let's take our hands and make fists and put them behind us. And then walk those fists up. Tuck our tail, lift our spine, and lean back into your fists for a nice little back bend. Let your neck release. And release. Okay, so let's do a balance pose. I guess we'll do tree since we're outside. We're going to step left and right. Sink into the right leg and let the left foot come to the ankle or even up a little higher or even to your inner thigh. And you could bring your hands to the wall, or you could bring your hands to your heart. Sinking into that right leg. Just watch that the hip doesn't bump out to the right. So what you want to do is kind of engage that thigh, let it connect to the belly and the glute. That way you're not letting the hip push out. And balance poses are tricky. Some days they're good, some days they're not so good, but we have to be patient with our unfolding self. Maybe bringing our arms up or out. And release, stepping left and right. Sink into the left leg, and then the right leg can come up. The arms can come up, or for a full blooming tree. And release. And we're going to come down. I think we're going to get some rain here, so might have to pause this video and restart it inside. I'll stay for a little bit longer though. How's that sound? Let's come down to the floor, hands and knees. Fingers wide, knees about hip width apart. I'm just going to kind of mush around a little bit here. Balancing out front and back. And we're going to lift the tailbone up, drop the spine down, bring the chin forward or slightly up for our dog pose. And then we'll drop the tail, lift the spine, drop our heads for the cat pose. Inhale for that dog. And then exhale for the cat. So breath is important as we're moving. And as we expand our body for dog, that's why we're inhaling, because we have a lot of room to let the breath come in. And then as we exhale into the cat, we have kind of compressing our body, so we're pushing that air out. Inhale, dog. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral now. We're going to take our right shoulder, wag it to the right hip. And then come back to center, left shoulder to the left hip. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center. As you exhale to the right, move your feet over toward your right shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale to the left, feet coming over to the left shoulder. And a neutral spine. All right, now we're going to take our right leg out behind us. And then our left arm in front of us. And try to tuck your tail and just breathe in and out. And release. Now we're going to bring the left leg behind and then the right arm out in front of us as we breathe in and out. Looks like you're going to get some nature sounds of rain. Let's hope it eases up. And release. Do a little skewer of your spine. And then go the other way. And then let's do a circle with our hips. So hips coming forward, side, back, other side, and forward. Nice big, call it the hippo circle. Okay, and we'll go the other way. And release. Come down into child's pose. Head, neck, and shoulders melt down. Arms can be out in front of you or behind you or making a pillow for your head. And relax your back. Come down onto your tummies. Let your arms stretch out overhead. And then reach and extend your right arm, your left arm, your right leg back, your left leg back, and then your right arm and left leg, then your left arm and your right leg. And since you got your arms out in front of you, turn your palms so they face one another. And then tuck your tail down a little bit so you can secure into the earth with your hips. Lift your head, neck, shoulders, and arms up for the front of your boat. And then bring it down. And then just lift your legs. And then bring it down. So, put it together now. Tuck your tail, lift your head, neck, shoulders, arms, and legs. The arms reach forward and up, the legs back and up. Breathe in and out. And release back down. Maybe bring your arms down by your sides and your head to the side. And bend your legs and take them side to side like windshield wipers. And then we'll do European wipers. We're going to crisscross. Okay, we're going to come up onto our elbows, palms face down, feet down, tuck your tail, and then press into your elbows and lengthen up for Sphinx Pose. Pull your shoulders back as you breathe in and out. And feel as your heart is opening up. This is a nice, wonderful stretch for your spine, front of your abdomen as well. We're going to take our hands and interlace them together so our hands and our elbows make like a triangle. And then we're going to curl the toes under. We're getting ready for what's called Dolphin or Dolphin Plank. Okay, so if this is a challenge for you, you can keep your knees on the ground. So when our knees are on the ground, we're just going to push the hips up and then come back down into like a little hover. And then push the hips up and then down into a hover. Now if you want to go into full dolphin, you're going to press the hips all the way up and then come down into a dolphin plank. Okay, so inhale, dolphin, exhale, dolphin plank. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dolphin plank. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dolphin plank, and we're going to hover here and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let your knees and body come down and rest. All right, so press up to tabletop. Bring your arms out in front and as wide as they'll go. Hips stay up. Chest and chin comes down for puppy dog. Good. Now slide your hands in a little bit. Weight is in not just your wrist, but in the rest of your body. Curl the toes under, push your hips up for downward dog, and just walk in place. And come up on both tippy toes, and then down towards the heels, then up on the tippy toes, down towards the heels. Then up on the tippy toes, bend your knees, and then push your hips as high as they go, and then the heels down. Try to really sink into that downward dog. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg up in the air, and we're going to bend it, and then straighten it. Bend it, straighten it. Bend it, and let the hip go back towards the left side, and then bring it back down. Left leg comes up, we're bending it, straightening it. Bending it, straightening it. Bending it, let your heel come back towards the right side, and then back down. Downward dog, and come back down to table. Alrighty. Come into sitting. Feet together, knees apart, and just get up on those hip bones. Back is straight, flap your wings, and rest there. Let's stretch the right leg out in front, and the left leg will connect into the hip. So our hips and shoulders are squared. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, interlace, make a steeple, and then fold forward. Even out the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen up, and then exhale to melt down. So this is not pounding your head down to make it come down. This is trying to get your back straight and hinging at the hips, stretching out the hamstring, maybe bringing your toes back towards you. Either walk your hands back up or interlace, inhale up, exhale out and down. And then we'll bring the feet back together again, flap our wings. And then open your feet like you're opening up a book and just kind of massage in there. Stretch your left leg out and your right leg connects. Reach your arms up, interlace, make a steeple, and then fold forward, evening out your shoulders. Inhale to lengthen up, and then exhale to melt down. Maybe bringing those toes back. And either walking your hands back up or interlace, inhale up and exhale out and down. We're going to bring both legs out in front and just kind of shimmy back on those hip bones. Inhale, lengthening, and then exhale, kind of melt forward. So once again, it's like an inchworm. You're going to lengthen up and then glide forward. Lengthen up and then glide forward. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, melting forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, melting forward. Maybe bringing your toes back towards you. Just breathe in and out. And then come on back up. We're going to take the right leg across the left, and your left leg can remain straight, or you can fold it back behind you. Whatever works for you and your body. Right hand's going to come around behind, fingers pointing away, and the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist to the right. Great for detoxing the body. We're going to come back around the other way. Right hand to the right foot, left hand to the left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist to the left. Come back around. This is like camping. It just rains whenever you go camping. All right, so now left leg crosses over the right, and maybe the right leg goes back. Left hand comes around behind you, and right hand on the outside of the left leg. You're gonna inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist to the left. Try to create some length here, and then the twist will happen easily. It's when you don't have the length that it feels like you can't twist very far. Breathing. Slowly unwind, taking the left hand to the left foot and the right hand to the right. Reverse twist to the right. And out of there we go. All right, so now let's come into a seated position on our hip bones. Our legs are bent. We're going to hold under our knees, get our back straight, and take the feet off the ground. Okay, so you can stay there, or maybe extend one or both legs, or extend the arms. Or I like to put a block between my knees and just kind of balancing boat here, breathing in and out. Just a few more seconds. Keep breathing. Wonderful. Now, the hands right underneath your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your feet. Feet about hips width apart. Press into the hands, lift up the chest, and look up. So we're opening up the chest, the shoulders, stretching out the wrists and the arms. Now you can go further by pressing into the heels and lifting the hips up off the ground as well, and let your head fall back. Reverse table, breathing in and out. And bring it down. Onto your backs. Legs are bent, feet are hips width apart. Take your pelvis and rock it. Come to neutral spine. Maybe bring your hands to your head and lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and draw your chin in towards your chest so that you get a little extra room in the back of your neck and you get a little squeeze in the front for your thyroid. Then bring your head back down. Hands come down. Press into the heels and lift your hips up off the ground for bridge pose. Now you can stay here if that works for you. Slide your hands underneath, interlace your fingers, and lift your hips up as you breathe in and out. And then release back down. Now take your left foot and put it a little more towards the center. And then send your right foot up in the air with your heel pressing up. Okay, so you can have your make fists or put your hands flat. We're going to push the right heel up and then the left heel's pushing down. So they're both going in opposite directions as we're breathing in and out. And bring it down. Whew. Left leg up, right heel down, left heel up. Breathe in and out. And release. Now slide your hands underneath your hips. Let your legs come up. Flex and point your feet. Do little circles with your ankles, great for circulation. And then we're going to bend the legs and press the legs out. And then knees into the chest. Inhale the legs out. Exhale into the chest. Inhale the legs out. Exhale into the chest. One more, out. Put your legs down. Turn your feet out. Your heels are together. Press into your elbows and lift up for fish. And release back down. Let your hands come out, do some wrist circles. And then bring both knees in to the chest. Give yourselves a little hug. And rock a little side to side. As long as it's not lightning, I don't mind. Feet come down, arms out to the sides. And we'll take our knees side to side, rock a little, just slow though. And we'll bring both knees to the right, turn your head and look to the left as you breathe in and out. Nice opening twist. And then we'll bring both knees over to the left, turn your head, look to the right. Bring it back, stretch out, arms and legs, reaching and stretching. And then we're going to come into a sitting position to do a breath exercise. So I'm going to meet you inside for our breath exercise and our meditation where it's not raining. Hello, I'm back and we are in a warmer, drier environment to do our breath exercise. At least I am. You probably have been in a nice, warm, dry place. Anyhow, let's start our breath exercise. So what we're going to do is alternate nostril breathing today. And if you haven't done this before, this is really good to help balance the right and left side of your brain. It's also good for sinus congestion. It kind of clears things up a little bit. And I also have been told that it helps to clear any kind of mental fog. So you'll take your right thumb and put it on the right side of your nose, and then your pinky and ring finger on the left side of your nose, and then the extra two fingers between your eyebrows. Okay, so what we're going to do is find our seat again, find our hips connected to the earth. You're sitting. If you're doing this, you're going to be sitting either cross-legged or with your legs stretched out, whatever works for you. And we'll put... we're going to close off the right side first and inhale through the left. Then we'll close off the left side and exhale the right. Then inhale the right. And you can close your eyes too to help this be a little more easy to focus. Exhale the left. Inhale the left. Cover the left. Exhale the right. Inhale the right. Cover the right. Exhale the left. Inhale the left. Cover the left. Exhale the right. Inhale the right. So go ahead and do a couple rounds on your own. Each side starts with an exhale, then an inhale. And then you switch. And the next time you have an exhale that comes out the left side, you can bring this pranayama to a close. And that's a nice way to kind of finish on the calmer side of your sinuses. So we're going to take a journey now. So if you want to move into, this is a guided part of the meditation or the Shavasana, you can lay down, you can remain sitting, just maybe close your eyes so that you can let things just kind of relax and soak inward. And it's important that after doing yoga practice that you do spend a few minutes to relax so that you can soak everything in and not have any, not just get right back into the things that you're doing for the day. So this is entitled Eagle's Journey. figured since I was doing some outside work and there's birds around, thought we'd do a little eagle journey today. As you close your eyes, begin to quiet down into the stillness of your body, and then feel your breath filling you, and then slowly exhale and release. We're going to take a journey to high atop a mountain. The air is calm and the sky is clear and crisp. It's a perfect day for a hike, so let's begin. Up, up, and up we go, following a trail only we know, listening to intuition all of the way. See and explore the trees around you and maybe some wildlife too. Stop for a moment along the path and notice a refreshing waterfall. Indulge in a drink and refresh yourself. Now let's continue. Up, up, up we go, finally reaching the top of this special mountain. Look around to see an extraordinary view. Hundreds of miles of spaciousness all around you can be seen. And just when you thought that was enough, there's a giant eagle. It lands right down near you on the edge of the mountaintop. It beckons you to climb aboard as it lowers down its head. So gather all of your trust. It's okay. You're safe. The eagle sets off with you aboard and soars high and above the mountain for you to see the world from a different perspective. How small everything seems from up here, yet how everything blends together in a beautiful landscape picture of life. What part of this picture you play is up to you. Somewhere deep inside of you, you know. Small or large, we all play a part in this world. Maybe in this flight you can discover the special gifts that were sent to you even before you were born. And now the eagle returns back to the mountain and safely lands for you to disembark. Thank the eagle for the gift of flight as you gradually descend the mountain, allowing yourself to smile inside because of this miraculous journey. Let that smile inside warm you to a wonderful glow, feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed for your life's journey to continue. Just take some gentle breaths and continue to relax in this meditation. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to the room. You may want to roll to the side. Move your fingers and toes. Come to a sitting position. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today for yoga. It's good for you. It's good for your body, your mind, your spirit. Let's see if we can seal this practice with an Om. All right, so you can put your hands to your heart space, okay, and just take a breath in and then release. Namaste. Thanks for joining me for yoga today.